recording. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Geek Out Review, the adventure of Die. And this week we are finishing up strong with the last block of episode 11, 12, and 13, the big finale of this first season. As usual, I'm Alex, and I am joined by Felipe Macedo. Felipe, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, pretty good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Merry Christmas to
Yeah,
you.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
And Merry Christmas to all of you who have joined us this year in this crazy ride that we had reviewing the Adventure of Die. Thank you very much for all your support. You were amazing. You showed up for the episode, especially episode 9, 10. We had like double the view of all the previous episodes. So thank you very much, all of you who joined us in this adventure. And Felipe, of course, thanks to you to have come in last minute on this little project and just like ruled my world for the past few weeks and
Oh
fill
man.
it up with joy and excitement and amazing television show.
No, it's my pleasure, man. It's my pleasure. Thank you to everyone that that's is with us, and yeah, it's really good. It's really great, and I'm really happy to be here.
Definitely. All right. So, Felipe, it's time to start the last block, those last three episodes. So we're gonna recap them as fast as we can, but I just want a
Hmm.
general opinion of you on this finale because it's centered around one of your favorite character. So
Yeah.
I want to know how you feel about this finale of a season.
Oh man, it was really good. It was really good, and the fight was really good. I mean, all the fights
Yeah.
of these three last chapters, the
Hmm.
episodes, sorry, they were really good, and I really love it. But the final battle, it was good. It was like Jeff Kiss, you
Yeah.
know?
D- Definitely. Uh, like I have the same opinion. I think those last three episodes, the fight were meaningful, well
Mm,
animated,
yeah.
well designed, with a lot of stake in it, and also everything that goes around it. I think it was first of all a brilliant introduction to young Kale, um, and like the Dark Army, like the is
Hmm.
platoon of Dark Army.
Yeah.
I think the story with his father was amazing. Like
True.
it was. I think we could have made a beautiful season of television with what we had in those three episodes because I they put on so much heart and like everything we've said during the season, like, oh, we
Hmm.
like when they go 3D and spin around the fight. It was the best one in the last episode.
True.
We love when they slow down and go a little bit more emotional. They went full in on
Hmm.
that. I was like sobbing a little bit
Yeah.
on that last episode. So
Hmm.
yeah, agree with you. They just made those last three episodes fantastic, and it was a very good ending of a season. And I
Hmm.
love every hint that we have for future story. So let's jump right in. Episode 11. So
Okay.
episode 11, it's the introduction of young Kel. Basically, we have Di, Pop, and Mom arriving
Hmm.
at the city. We see a city kind of destroy, under siege. Di is asking for Leona. She's not there. We don't know
Hmm.
where she is. So it starts very grim. We find our character kind of on in a unknown situation. And then
True.
you have that guy just standing there beating up people and showing up with 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 a hero attitude, and then that's it. That's the introduction of young Kel, and for me, I love that intro in episode 11. The fact that as a viewer, like if you haven't read the manga, you come in and you're so unsure of who that character is and what's
True.
its deal and everything. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah, so
you see that that guy he hasn't good intentions at all. Like the way that he portray itself, like the way that he acts. You see that that guy is no good guy.
no, exactly. He got in my opinion, he got a little bit too much confident for his own
True.
good when we see it at first.
Yeah.
Um, and then we have basically the first confrontation.
Hmm.
Dai Pop are trying to fight with him. After a little bit of talk, they talk. Basically, Young Kel present himself. He explained that he was a student of Haven.
Yeah, the
Uh,
first student.
yeah, the first student. So at first, everybody kind of is relieved. Oh, we got a new ally. It's gonna be nice. He seems powerful. He got
Yeah.
that big sword.
Hmm.
And then he's like, "Yeah, but no, I'm a student of Avon, but it's because I want to kill future student of Avon, and I want to be the one that is going to kill Avon." Um, I I don't know. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have
It's
that.
okay. It's okay.
I shouldn't have that taken that not cookie, but candy. He was looking at me. He was looking
Oh
at me like,
yeah,
take me. But I'm
I
still
understand
talking.
that.
It's
But
Christmas.
yeah.
Let's have a little bit of fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Say,
yeah, for sure.
tell me your opinion of that episode while I'm trying to chew on that one.
Yeah, no, 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 it's okay. Yeah, it's nice to see like a new city, a new country,
Hmm.
I guess, and it's way different than before. It's more like darkness. It's more like war going on,
Yeah.
and you see like it's really dark there because of the clouds, and the city was destroyed,
Hmm.
and we see no signs of like resistance. Like everything was
There's
destroyed.
no army in the city or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really really good to know. And in that episode, they already fight like Dai and his party against Hinkel, and we see what Hinkel is made of, like how good he is.
Yeah.
So like, so we can see that he's in the same level already as Crocodile,
Hmm.
and that he is really strong character. Like, hey, all the stuff that you know, I already know.
Yeah.
So that's
Exactly.
that's really good.
I loved that exchange so much. Exactly for what you just said is that you see Dai trying his different move. You see Pop trying some stuff, and Young Kelly is like just like stop right there, guys. Like I'm gonna stop you right there. Everything you're trying to do, you're
Hmm.
basically beginning to understand what you are doing. Let me show you what 10 years of experience with these
Yeah.
moves, with that magic can do.
Hmm.
And basically just wrecked or like the full party. Nobody can move. He showed us that he's not only powerful, but he's smart because
Yeah.
he spent basically all the beginning of the fight. Yunkel is just there
Hmm.
observing the attack coming in.
True.
He's not really deflecting or blocking or anything. He's just taking the attack, small move, blocking it, and there's no fanfare
Hmm.
in his way of fighting. He's very stoic, doesn't move much. He's just looking, analyzing, and every time they do something, he's talking back, saying like, "Okay, that wasn't bad, but I can see you have just started your training," and I love that that episode basically end with everyone on the ground.
Yeah.
Pop has no other choice than to take Dai away and protect him, because Pop knows that Mom will be safe.
Yeah.
Young
Yeah.
Kel is saying,
Thanks to Crocodile, right? That
yes, oh
appear
yeah,
out of
definitely,
nowhere. That and like we see that something that we talked about before about Crocodile, that he's that samurai spirit, that warrior spirit.
hmm
it was there, like, hey, I was in the wrong place. Now I know where my heart belongs, and my heart belongs to them because they made me see who really who I really am,
Yep.
and I'll do whatever it takes to protect them. And he can like say, hey, why are you doing this? You are one of only you and Baran, the persons that I really have some kind of respect in that army. So like, why are you doing this? Like, you betray me. Like, you betray the respect I had on you. So it was really good to see a Crocodile for at least once more.
Yeah.
Uh, it was really good, and like, okay, so they escaped it, and they were like, okay, so how can we beat this guy? Like, he's good. He has this magic armor that is impenetrable.
Yeah.
So what else can we do? So it's really good that now, like, I always like to see that when heroes and warriors and characters they got beaten,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to train basically,
Yep. Yeah.
because
The
not
premise,
a,
the premise of Dragon Ball, basically.
yeah, 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 that's true, that's true. But it's really good. They were like, okay, yeah, we got beaten, and we don't have right now. We don't have a chance, so we have to think how to engage this guy
Yeah.
because his it's not easy, So I really like that kind of stuff.
I
Like, say, no, we're not. We are unbeatable. Hey, we may get attacked, we may get hit, but in the end we win. So that's good that in this anime that doesn't happen.
Yes, and I totally agree with you. In general, like you said, in general, I love when anime does that, where
Hmm.
the hero is defeated and they have to overcome the challenge.
Yeah,
And I especially like it in this show. So basically, we are at episode 12.
yeah.
Crocodile has been kind of I've spoken with Youngkel. Youngkel has kind of pushed him away. We don't
Hmm.
know yet if he's still alive or dead. Um, Youngkel has taken Mom prisoner, and Pop has fled with Dai. So episode 12, what I loved about the training montage is it wasn't about becoming stronger or
Hmm.
getting a more powerful weapon or artifact or magic spell. It was really, first of all, I love that it was Pop that came out
Yeah.
with the plan,
Hmm.
because we said it many times. We think that Pop this season or at the beginning of the story is kind a little bit more coward. He want to
Hmm.
flee, doesn't want to
True.
fight, and having him, especially after the last few episodes where we had a Pop coming on his own. It was awesome this week that he was the one coming up with the plan. He was the one who stayed all night training to do this new spell that he knows. Like
Yeah.
he bond. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
He
Yeah. Yeah.
bond.
Yeah.
He bond
Yeah.
with a new spell. Um, it was awesome, and I love that it was a. We need to think of the strategy and not just like, okay, let's do a 15 push-up for 20 minutes and then we're gonna be able to fight the other guy. It was really
Yeah.
like we need, like, Pop observed the armor because the
Hmm.
armor is basically reflect every magic that you throw at it.
Hmm.
um, and he was like, yes, it does, but the body inside can still feel the effect of the magic.
True.
So he came with this crazy plan of making the lightning fall on the armor, and I loved it. The episode 12 was awesome, except for the fact that I thought it was the last episode.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
basically, when they arrive at the end, I was like, oh my god, there's missing something.
Yeah. Yeah. They are missing a little something, right?
Yeah.
But other thing that I really love it about I think it was in the episode 11 almost at the end. Uh, it was because we knew about Himkel past, about like why he's doing that, what he's
Yes.
doing, like
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
because
We saw in episode 11 we saw the
yeah,
beginning of Young Kell's story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with his father a little bit. Yes.
So, like, like it's 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 a really good motive, like for you
Yes.
to hate
Yes.
Avan and for you to be on the like it's the dark side of
Yeah.
the world, and that's like a plausible like reason for you to join like
Oh.
the dark forces, the
Oh
dark
yeah,
army,
definitely.
and
If you if you don't know better, like young
yeah,
Kel was really a baby
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when he got found by that. So when you are
Hmm.
raised into
Hmm.
that army,
Sure.
you don't really see that it's bad or it's the dark army
Yeah,
against
yeah, 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 yeah.
the light army because you are
And
raised there.
and also he received love, right? So
Yes.
it's like it's really hard for you to judge something like, yeah, they can be like the dark arm, but hey, I was loved there,
Yeah.
so like, and also that how that resonates with Die because they basically have the same past. Like, hey, I was raised by monster, he was raised also by monsters in
Yeah.
some kind, and that are monsters.
Hmm.
So like, hey, I can
I can
be
fight
angry
him.
at this guy because maybe I would be him if this happened, to me too. So like that got really conflicted.
It
So that's why he couldn't like use this
yeah,
that
it is power.
secret power. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that was my favorite line of all
Hmm.
three episodes.
True.
Basically, when Pop is asking Dai like, "Why don't you get angry and use his
Yeah.
power?"
Yeah. Exactly.
and Dai is basically responding like, "I understand him. I cannot be
Yeah.
angry with him. I understand
True.
his pain and his struggle." Uh,
Hmm.
no, I think again, like we're gonna jump around a little bit, but I
Hmm.
think like the two part of those episodes. So we got the like I would say the Die and Pop training and fighting side,
True.
like that storyline, and we
Hmm.
got the I would say the young Kel and Mom
Yeah.
storyline with a young Kel's father and the backstory and the Dark Army and everything.
Hmm.
Uh, like those two storyline crossed each other all the way through all three episodes, and it was so good because it took every element of the season. But in the season, basically, we had okay, this is one episode to be mindful and be slower and take a
Hmm.
moment to analyze the situation. Okay, this is a fighting episode, analyzing episode, fighting episode. But in
True.
this one, it was three episodes where everything crossed path and everything made sense.
Hmm.
And like you said, the fact that we have the backstory for young Kel, why he's doing it, why he's angry against Mom and Pop, and why because they present themselves as student of Haven, it
Yeah.
enraged young Kel straight away. Um, everything was so well written, so well paced. Like I think it was like definitely what were the best episode of the season.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I really like to see Avan young again.
yeah, that was cool.
You
I
know,
loved
that
it.
was really nice the way that he portrayed himself. It was really nice, and to see that moment of glory. Like he fighting Hadra again and winning and all that stuff. It's really nice. It
Yes.
was it was like that a little bit of information that makes the difference.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And I love young Avan. He's such a he he has a heroic present. Like
Hmm.
when you first see it, like you get through the door, he's in full armor, the air going back, the
Yeah,
sword
yeah,
in
yeah,
his
yeah.
hand. He has that heroic feeling, but also you see the goofiness and
True. Oh yeah, absolutely.
the pure hearted
Hmm.
of Avan in his face, in his eye, and that's why I think
Absolutely.
in episode 13, it like even that little detail paid off so much
Hmm.
with the young Kel story and the story of
Yeah.
his father.
Hmm.
But we're gonna get there. So I we're gonna come back just a little bit. I love everything that Mom is doing in these episodes. Basically, while Pop and Die uh, like rightfully jump right away into the action,
Hmm.
she took a step back to say like, no, that there is something wrong here. Like
True.
fundamentally, there is something wrong with Yunkel. This is not normal. A student of Avon could not think the way this man think, and basically, she's gonna have her own little story, like detective story,
Yeah,
throughout those
exploration.
three, yeah, those three episodes.
Hmm.
So at first she's trying to talk with Yankel, to reason with him, but she's doing so without knowing anything about him. So it
True.
kind of fell a little bit hollow. Everything that she's saying, like, oh, you should be good only because you're trained with Avan.
Hmm.
No, he shouldn't. Like, it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like this is not a prerequisite, pre
Hmm.
whatever. Like,
Prerequisite.
thank you
Yeah,
very much to be good, to
yeah,
be trained with Avan. This is not it. Uh, and I love that basically he turned her down, and it's like you don't even understand. Don't try it. Uh,
yeah.
and then we get into episode 12, and while basically Dai and Pop were training, Mom was in a cell in the Dark Army dungeon in a volcano near the arena, um, and she goes around, and Namchen is with her, so it helps a little bit. But she goes around and trying to understand, like while she is in there, trying to understand what happened, like all these years
Hmm.
ago. I can't remember. Did she talk with someone in the dungeon to gather all these information, or was it like off screen? Because she come out in episode 13. She goes in the arena and basically she knows all the backstory. So I can't remember if in episode 12 she talked with someone or
No,
if it was all off screen.
I think that as Pop and I, she heard about Hinkaru's story,
Okay.
and I think that the way that he was like, "Hey, I don't hit girls. Don't worry, you are my hostage, but you're gonna be alive. I won't do any harm to you." So she sees that Hyunkya, he has this kind of honor, like this kind of code, and she was like, "Man, like if he's bad, he he isn't supposed to be like that,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
hey,
So
I
so
think."
yeah, that was the part I wasn't remembering. Yeah. That
And,
this is
and,
definitely her.
and they were like, "Hey, if Avan is not innocent, like so he trained this guy knowing that this guy was good, so he saw something in him that basically she was like, hey, it's impossible for Avan to have a student that is not a good person. So I think that she was basically by that kind of belief,
Yeah.
So she was like, "Hey, there is something wrong in there. Like he can't be this bad because I know that there's good in his heart because he's not entirely evil. So like I see that he's like a very wounded person,
Mm-hmm.
but beneath that wound there is a good heart in there. So basically, that I think that's how she thought of all that.
Perfect. That would make sense. I probably missed that little exchange because I was like, I watched episode 13 this morning and I was like,
Hmm.
how does she come up with like kind of the solution? Like how did she unveil the truth? But if that was the conversation she had with Yonkel in episode 12, that makes sense because right after Yonkel is kind of leaving, preparing the arena,
Yeah,
and calling out Pop and
no,
Die, and she has.
also
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, no. It's okay. Also, it's because she knows that she knows, and because he said that he's moved by revenge.
Yeah.
So she was like, so when she discovered what she discovered in the last episode, she was like, hey, you know what? So if he's moved by revenge, so maybe things will change now because of that.
Yeah, definitely. And so yeah, so after that exchange, I think, like I said, Young Kelly is preparing the arena. By the way, beautiful design on that
Yeah,
arena. It
true.
was really nice. A
Hmm.
fitting place for the final showdown. Um, and then Mom is kind of escaping her little cell. She's gonna move around the castle, find some clue on what happened many years ago, find some clue
Hmm.
on where young Kel lived as a young boy, where he was raised, and I think the episode finished with her finding the
A
little
chest.
chest with
Yeah,
the
the shell.
seashell
Yeah.
inside, and then we get to episode 13. What an amazing episode! I loved it, and it's funny. Like the theme song of the season, I think I've talked a little bit this year about it. It's not the greatest one. It's good. It serves its
Hmm.
purpose.
Yeah.
But I have to say, arriving in episode 13, I thought it was like the most fitting episode. The uplifting theme of the song I thought was like well placed for some obscure reason. I was so in this morning to hear the song, watch the last episode. Uh, so yeah, so we start the episode right away. Pop and Die are in the arena. They have
Hmm.
managed to train, and basically what's gonna happen? It's Pop is gonna basically make a storm over the arena, and Die will cast a lightning onto
Sure.
Yonkel. And
Hmm.
that's basically the first thing they do. Right away, they get
Yeah.
in the arena, pop the cloud, bring down the lightning. Yonkel is on one knees. Boom!
Hmm.
Start of the episode. We're like, oh my god, that's gonna be an easy one. Like
Yeah.
if it is the only thing they do, um, but of course, Yonkel, although he received the full force of the spell, he is still a very very strong warrior,
Oh yeah.
as Pop will see. Um, and basically, Pop is getting close to him, saying like, "Oh, we did it," and then we'll like Yankel is opening his eyes, and Pop is like, "Oh shit, no, we did not do it."
Yeah.
Um, and I love that this is the place where we take a breather. Basically, instead of already Yankel coming up and beating the shit out of them, we have Mom coming out of the dungeon, coming out in the arena, and basically stopping everybody. Like, hey, everyone, like I got some say. And of course, young Kel is not about to hear it. He goes after Die and Pop. He's gonna kind of mess them up a little bit,
Hmm.
showing that I'm a true warrior. Like, cast another lightning if you want to. I'll take it full force. Um, and then what happened? I have a blank.
Well, and then actually they Hinkel he fights. I don't think he fights Pop, but he fights Die, and
Yes,
I get like basically he's supposed to be dead because
yes, yes.
he took
Thank you very
he
much.
took
Yes.
the death screw
Yeah.
on the like we see that there's blood happening for the first time,
Yes. Yeah. That
and
first time we saw a bit of red in the screen. Yes.
yeah. And then Pop thinks, oh my God, Die, he's dead.
Yeah.
And that's actually when Mom arrives.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
I flipped because I remember the next moment where Die is
sure,
kind of in a zombie mode. Basically,
yeah, 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 yeah,
it's just the instinct fighting, and I was like, how do we get there already? Like,
yeah.
what's
And,
happening?
yeah, and then Mom arrives and she gives him the seashell for him to listen to his father's last words, basically telling the truth or what happened on that fatidic day. And we discovered that actually the one that kills his father was Hadlar,
Yeah.
not Avan, because he saw that star was made by a kid, and then the skeleton he says, "Hey, yeah, I have a son here, please, uh, t- please take care of him because when you kill Hadlar, I'm gonna be dead anyway. So hey, please do that to show that humans are good, show that humans they are warm and they have a good heart and all that stuff." And then we see that uh, Hadlar basically never died.
Yeah.
He was just put to sleep, and the and that the army was already uh, was still alive. But since Hadlar saw that the skeleton was alive, like the maybe he was supposed to be like some kind of mid boss before the last boss.
That's basically yes. He
Yeah,
was. Yankel's father was the protector of the last door, like the door
Yeah,
of hell.
exactly. Hmm.
So yeah, he was exactly that. He was a mid boss. He was supposed to be the last line of defense
Yeah,
before
exactly.
getting to Adlar, and that whole sequence, everything they did in that sequence, we
Hmm.
see Avan kind of fighting in the corridor, the father going in like enraged, and after that, Adlar is just not Adlar, but Avan just shedding the sword,
Yeah,
saying like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I saw your, like you said, saw the necklace." Uh, and we have that moment where the Yankel's father is asking Avan, "Please
Hmm.
take care, raise that kid when I will not be here. He knows love. I gave him love. I gave him a good life. Please continue
True.
that journey." Um, I was a little bit disappointed when basically Adlar is coming out the door. Uh,
Hmm.
I would have liked him to be like really really fucked up and saying like, "Man, the demon king,
Yeah.
the demon god had to revive me basically." But like,
Hmm.
okay, we like that's what he said. Like, oh, basically, Vern raised me up back up when I was upstairs. But I would have loved to see like the armor. Like he comes out
True.
like if nothing happened basically.
Yeah, 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 yeah. True, true.
Just a little bit artistic thing. I would have loved to see him like maybe still blood on the shirt
Hmm.
from the battle or anything. But all in all, it was nice. It was nice to see that Adlar was the one like with one big punch,
True.
killing the father,
Hmm.
and like after like we said like in episode 11 we see the beginning of that relation between young Cal and his father. We see a little bit more in episode 12. We see them having fun, teaching, learning, blah blah blah, and then we have in episode 13 like the real reveal, the truth coming out of that seashell,
Yeah.
that no, like the army never died after Adlar. Adlar killed me and Avan took you
Hmm.
on my demand. And knowing that you were raised by his enemy, that you would probably resent him. So Avan knew everything when he took young Kellin,
True.
and yet trained him. Uh,
Hmm.
and then we have a little bit of another bits of fighting, basically on the brinks of death. Die is basically just fighting on instinct.
True.
Doesn't even understand when Pop or Mom or young Kel is talking to him.
Hmm.
He just, I love that, like when he's kind of in that trance mind, if I can say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's thinking about the teaching of Avan, and basically uh, like sword or magic, sword
Yeah.
or magic, sword or magic. Oh no, okay, let's bring
Try
them in.
both.
Yeah, let's try both,
Hmm.
and that's the moment that basically the director of the episode arrived and say like, okay guys, we got all this money, this is all
Yeah.
the money you get, do one of the most impressive 3D
Yeah.
rotoscopic sequence.
True. True.
Oh god, it was beautiful, it
Oh yeah.
was amazing. One details like the whole fight was nice. Die was coming in, the
Hmm.
armor was breaking up from
Yeah.
everywhere,
Uh-huh.
but the fire on the sword, okay, it's a very little detail. You really need to focus on it. I
Hmm.
love that they made on the road when you're driving in summer and you have that little fog just on
Hmm.
top of the road. They made it on the sword, so the sword is always looking like distorted a little bit. I
Yeah.
found that
Yeah.
effect amazing.
True.
When he switched from the fire sword to the electric sword and basically just bring the house down. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that whole sequence was the payoff that I was waiting for. We talked a lot about that in the first few early episodes because
Hmm.
they use a lot of rotoscoping there.
Yeah.
After that, the rest of the season, not that much.
Hmm.
We see why. Like they
Yeah,
put
yeah, yeah.
all their effort and energy in that one. Like what can I say? It was nice. It was a beautiful payoff. He defeat young Kel, then come back to his senses with the help of
Hmm.
mom, sorry, uh, and then we got to the finale. Basically, you have the four fighter in the arena, calming down, trying to talk a little bit, and you got Flazar,
Yeah.
Flazar coming in,
Yeah.
laughing, boasting with way too much confidence,
Hmm.
saying like to young Kel, well, now you have it. I knew you. We knew, should never have trust human. You are all weak. You are all way too emotional, and I'm gonna end this right there and now, and basically bring the volcano to erupt
Yeah.
in the arena. I found it absolutely amazing. It was another beautiful sequence,
True.
a stressful sequence because like with the music and the way they shot the scene with the lava coming in, you really
Mm.
like what are they gonna do? And then
True.
I love that the camera kind of goes away and come back, and you have only the trios there. You only have Pop, Die, and Mom, and I was
Yeah.
like, where the fuck is
Where's
Young
Hinkel?
Kel? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
where did he go? Because it's a straight cut. It's not like you see what they're doing and then coming back. No, it was like
Hmm.
you see them all four, cut away, cut back, only three of them, and then the camera pan and you see Young Kel, bare feet in the lava,
Yeah.
holding the rock and basically saving all three of them with a smile to mom, holding his medallion, Avon medallion. It was amazing. It was like I was that's the part I burst in sobbing and I was like, oh my god, this is this is what we wanted. I think
Yeah.
when we spoke, you and I, about this series and what we wanted from that, everything I think like in this specific moment, I was like,
True.
thank you. I like I had my grief. That wasn't the best animated show. It was a touching one for me because it's from my
Yes.
childhood.
Absolutely. Uh-huh.
But that scene, like, and that episode in general, I was like, yeah, yeah,
No.
I'm definitely gonna be there for season two.
Yeah. It was a really emotional episode for
Yeah,
sure. It and when they got at that scene, like when they are like surrounded by lava, basically, uh, they were like, I actually didn't remember how Hinkel died. I was like, yeah, how he dies. I don't remember
yeah, me
that.
neither, me neither.
And
I
and then when he lifts the rock with them, I was like, oh yeah, yeah, that's right. And then we see like how, yeah, you know what, Crocodile was right all the time. Now I understand. He's I'm sorry, it's too late for me to commit my sins,
Yeah,
but
that little prayer that he does to
yeah,
Crocodile before
Crocodile, yeah,
the lava go up,
yeah,
that was amazing. And another little touch, basically a payoff from
hmm,
episode 11 when Crocodile is telling him,
yeah,
you'll understand, you'll understand. And yeah,
yeah.
God, that was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, and he was like, "Hey, Crocodile, please lend me your Titan strength." And I was like, "Oh yes, baby, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the spot, you know."
that was amazing.
Yeah.
And then we basically have the three rows on the top
Hmm.
of the mountain, looking at young Kel dying, basically.
Hmm.
And then we smash cut. Basically, that's the last time we see our hero this season. We have
Yeah.
a smash cut of Frazar in the castle in front of Adlar. You got Zabuza there. You got
Hmm. Baran.
thank you, Baran over there, with his arrogant remark again.
True.
Uh, but basically, Flazar is saying to Adlar, "Hey, now that young Kel is not here, I'm gonna go to Leona Kingdom, and
Hmm.
I am gonna bring it down,"
True.
which is the perfect little teaser for season two. Don't need
Hmm.
much. Don't need much more than that. We know that the hero were on their journey to there anyway,
Hmm.
and now we know that Flazar, probably the next big guy, is on
Yeah.
its way there also.
Absolutely.
So yeah, So and that's conclude the season one of the Adventure of Dai, and I really loved it. Like 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 throughout the season, I would say my level of my level of love for this series was at I like it. It was good. I like it. It finished there. By the end of the season, like I'm between like and love. Like it really jumped a level. I think the animation,
Hmm.
storytelling, character design, not character design, but well, yeah, character design, but everything that surround the
True.
characters was so well written, so well animated, so well paced. The pacing of those three episodes were amazing.
Hmm.
You never felt slowed, or you never felt that anything was going too fast. Like it, I think they really nailed it. You see where the budget went, and I'm all on board for season two. So I want to hear your final thought, Felipe. Go on. I give you the floor. This is your moment. Tell me everything. Tell me all your feeling about Young Kel, the end of the season, and the season in general, please.
Yeah, I really loved the first season. It was really good, and I couldn't ask for more actually. It was like everything that I could ever ask as a fan of Dragon Quest of the Adventures of Dai, and it was really good from the beginning to the end, and I really loved everything that the pace of the episodes. I don't think that there was an episode that was like, yeah, it was okay. It was always like at least like, yeah, I really like this
Yeah,
episode. And
we,
from
every episode we at least got one element to pull out of
True,
the episode. Yeah, I agree with you
yeah,
with that.
and everything that was shown to us, there was a lot of stuff that I forgot about, and it's actually it's gonna be really good. The season two is gonna be uh and the next season I suppose is gonna be really surprising to me because I after that after what happens to Himkel, I remember barely or
Yeah,
almost to
me too.
not
Same here.
nothing, so it's gonna be almost like, oh my God, yeah, they did that and they did this and that, so it's gonna be full of surprises to me because uh, I kind of saw all of this before in the animation when I was a kid, so all of that is still very alive to me. But like I told you before, the previous show it was everything like the whole story. So they were like I think I don't remember very well, but I think that they went almost to Baron, but I don't remember they fighting Flazar. So I maybe I missed that. I don't remember. I really don't remember. But I remember when they fought Himkel. But after that's like it's
Yeah,
like
same for me. Like last time I've read the manga was maybe 10, 15 years ago.
yeah.
So I'm like you, like from this point on until the very end, because the ending of the series, I've read those few books
Hmm.
many time. Um,
Yeah.
but from this point on to the ending, I'm with you. I'm not quite sure what are the timeline or what
Yeah.
are gonna be.
Exactly.
So I'm still debating with myself right now if I'm gonna go and read the manga before season two, or if I
Uh-huh.
leave it alone and just allow myself to be surprised
Yeah. Yeah.
with what they're gonna show. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna debate. I'm gonna still debate on that until we get further on, closer to season two. I don't have yet news if it has been renewed or anything,
Hmm.
but as soon as I have news, I'm gonna I'm gonna let you know, Felipe, and we're gonna
Yeah.
let the channel know if we are
Absolutely.
coming back for that season two.
Hmm.
Anything else? Any last word, my friend?
No, yeah. I mean, it was just really good and a real. I mean, as a series, as a TV show that I really loved when I was a kid. I really think that they respect that they I think that they respect the old fans and they are respecting also the new fans they probably got because of this, and it's really good and I'm really happy they I really hope that they keep doing that.
I hope so too. Well, Felipe, on that note, thank you very much for the
Thank you.
wonderful year. It was so fun to do this with you, to share our passion together. And of course, to everyone again who have watched these episodes, thank you very much. The Geek Ride is taking a break for the season. I'm gonna come back in January and basically explain what we're gonna do for 2021. So guys, thank you very much for being with us. Again, Merry Christmas or any holiday you're celebrating. Happy New Year to everyone. It's in a few days. It's finally over. That year is
Yeah.
finally over. So I'm looking forward to 2021. I hope so, Felipe, that we're going to be able to do this show again this year.
Yeah, me too.
And everyone, take care of yourself. See you in the next one.
Ciao.